make another video for your small YouTube channel, I want you to check something. Because you can have a good idea, you can film it, you can edit it, you can even upload your video, but still make a few mistakes that make a video harder to click, harder to trust, and harder for a new viewer to understand. And I made these mistakes on my own small channel. And now, when I look at the beginner channels or review someone's videos, I can usually spot them pretty fast. Something like the opening takes too long, the ending takes people nowhere, the title and thumbnails are just not working together, the upload package is missing signals, the channel page does not tell the viewer what they found, and then the low views make the creator completely disappear. So this is the 5 mistakes I made on my small channel, and what I check now before I blame the algorithm. And the problems is not always inside the video, sometimes it's around the video. So that's where the signals has to work harder. Mistake number 1 is wrong opening. And the first mistake I made was opening my videos like I already had the trust. A bigger creator, they can open the video with something like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel, because they already earned that. The viewer knows them, the viewer knows their rhythm, and they give that opening a patience. But on small channels, the viewer does not know you yet. They clicked because the title and thumbnail touch the problem, and the first 20 seconds need to answer one thing. Is this video for me? And I used to spend those 20 seconds saying something like, hi, my name is Elena, welcome back to my channel, I'm so glad you're here. And that sounds nice, and I am actually glad you're here, but I still did not answer the things they actually care about. They're not asking what my name is. They're asking whether this video is going to help them. And the same going with subscribe ask. If someone just clicked on me for the first time, I don't want the first thing to be me asking for something before I helped them. So now I actually use a small subscribe button near the end. And if they want to subscribe, they can. And if you actually watch some of my videos almost to the end, you probably know exactly what button I'm talking about, because that button took me almost half of the day to create. So what I check now, do the first 20 seconds make the viewer feel the problem? Do they know why this video is for them before anything about me? So hook first, trust first, and name later. Mistake number 2 is dead end ending. And the second mistake was ending the video like relationship was already over. I would just say something like, thank you for watching, see you next time, and just done. But the person who actually made it to the end is the warmest person in the room. That person watched my whole video. They actually stayed. And if I just say goodbye to them and send them nowhere, and they have to figure out on their own what to watch next, most people will not do that work. They will just leave. And another point too, one video, they does not always earn a subscriber. Sometimes the viewer needs to see maybe 2, maybe 3 times before they trust the channel enough to actually subscribe. But that chain only builds if there's a clear next step right in the end of your video. So now ending has a job. And if I know what video should come next, I usually say something like, if you're struggling with your first few seconds, you can also watch this video next. And that's very specific. It's also very helpful. But sometimes, for example, I genuinely don't know what to promote, but I still want a clean ending where YouTube can actually recommend something. But if I have a sequence, for example, I should not leave it to the chance, just promote it in the end of your video. And another thing what you can do, you can also leave a pinned comment underneath your video, because pinned comments, they usually support the conversation. It's not a decoration. It can actually ask your viewer first useful question. It gives the viewer a place to respond. And when people respond, it gives the video more activity around the topic. So what I check right now, end screen, link to specific video. Then you can also do watch next line spoken before the outro, and also pinned comment that opens a real conversation. Mistake number 3 is package too late. So by the time you get here, you already feel like you're in the finish line because you planned it, you filmed it, you edited your video, and it feels like a marathon. But this is where I used to skip the checks that actually help the viewer to understand the video. Because the title and thumbnail should not be something I figure out when the video already edited and I'm already tired. The package actually starts right before script. So if I don't know what the title is promising right before I film, I basically can end up making one video and then packaging a completely different one. So one night, I think it was like around 12 a.m. and my video was supposed to go live on the next day. I was actually already in bed. And then I checked my thumbnail on my phone. And on desktop, it looks completely fine. But on a mobile, I actually noticed was some weird shadow right there, which I completely missed. So I got up, I spent like around 2 minutes, and I just fixed it very quick. But if I had not checked, then that goes live with impressions already basically running next morning. And changing the thumbnail after you publish is usually okay, but changing the title shift, who clicks and what to expect, and I think it's just better to catch it before it goes live. And another thing too, I usually rewatch my full video before it goes live, so while I can upload it to YouTube and before it goes live, while it still sits in a private. And I don't do it on a 2x speed, not halfway while doing something else, just one last normal watch back. Not re-edit the whole thing again, but to basically catch anything wrong before the viewer actually catches before me. And I also like my videos, and you should be doing that too. I mean, I made it. It's a hard video. Of course I want to like it. I spent all of the time on that video, so of course I'm going to like it. Even some of my first videos that feel a little bit cringy now, I still like them because they also showing the progress. So what I check now, title and thumbnail direction locked before scripting. Also checking thumbnail at the font size. Title and thumbnail should also work together and they should not repeat each other. And first two description lines, they should be having topic, pain, proof, and they should never repeat the title. I also include accurate tags, and I know they're not magic, but every signal helps when the channel is still small and still growing. I also include exactly 5 hashtags in the right order, and I also assign my video to the correct playlist. And of course, I need to watch the full normal speed watch back, not 2x, not halfway of my video while doing something else. And then of course I need to like my video because I really like it and it's part of the progress. And then I can publish knowing the video has a clear chance. Mistake number 4 is confusing channel menu, and everything makes sense in our own head. For example, I know why I made that video after that video, but the new viewers, they only see what's in front of them. The title, the thumbnail, the banner, about section, playlists on your channel, and just the last few uploads. So they actually try to understand quickly what kind of channel is this. So your channel page is basically menu for them. Every video is one item on that menu. Let me give you a little bit of story. If I go to my favorite cookie place for my friend's birthday and walk in, and all suddenly instead of the cookies for her birthday, now they're selling burgers and French fries, I'm not just confused, I'm frustrated. I planned my whole day around that place. I trusted them. I knew where to buy cookies for my friend. And now I actually need to go and start searching again. So this is actually what happens when a viewer finds videos they like, but then the next video feels like completely different channel. And then at that moment they just leave. They kind of feel frustrated. And not because the content was bad, but because the channel stopped making sense for them. So your channel is like menu in a restaurant. The banner should tell a stranger what this channel is. The about section should say who is it for, and the playlist should organize the videos so first-time visitors see the shape and know what your channel is about. So when it comes your next upload, it should feel like exactly the same world, like exactly the same menu you see in a restaurant. Even if it's a little bit different video, but it still should be the same world. So it should not be burgers and cookies. It should be one menu. So what we should check right now, that your banner and about section tells a stranger in 20 seconds what this channel is? Does your playlist make the channel easier to browse and not confusing? And does this video belongs beside the last one? Is it the same world? Even if it's a little bit different topic. Mistake number 5, analytics spiral. And when the numbers are low, the instinct is usually to stop. Maybe rethink, maybe come back with a better plan. And you know what? Guilty myself, I have done this. I was even thinking to relaunch my channel. But if low views make me disappear, I'm not just taking a break. I'm breaking the next trust point for the viewer who almost came back. Because the viewer does not know if I'm going to be around here next week or months later or even 6 months from now. People do not always subscribe after one video. Some need to see you 2 or maybe 3 more times. YouTube may show them another one of your videos, and maybe it could happen like a week later. And after a few videos, maybe they can start think like, okay, I know this channel, I like this creator, I should subscribe, but only if there's another video for that viewer to find. So showing up is reassurance for the person who almost subscribed last time. And another point too, instead of comparing your numbers to a big channels who already has a loyal audience, we need to compare our numbers between video number 1 and video number 10. Is editing better? Is your scripting better? Is the packaging is more clear? Because that's a real growth. Even if your views are still low, and refreshing the analytics is not the same as building the channel. The fix is not ignore those numbers, but the fix is actually use those numbers as an information and not as a reason to disappear. So what I check right now, am I comparing to someone else built channel or to my actual own progress? What did this video teach me? And what is the next video I can make from this lesson? So your first videos are not just there to perform. They're there to teach you what was clear, what was confusing, what the viewer understood, and what needs maybe one more pass. And when you start fixing all of the small little things, something like the opening, the ending, the package, the channel page, the way you read your analytics, then your next video just gets better and better. Not perfect, but still better. And that's really what I keep coming back to with my own small channel. Because a small channel grows one clear signal at a time. And if you're also wondering whether your videos are not working because you need a better setup, better camera, or maybe expensive gear first, you can watch this video next. It's the one where I talk about why you don't need expensive gear to start YouTube and what actually matters. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.